Hello, hello. Welcome to this episode of the Rogers Radio Podcast. I am your host, Alyssa Rogers, and today with me I have another Excite program intern, Mr. Brian Seate. Welcome to the Rogers Radio Podcast.
Well, thank you for having me, Alyssa.
Yes, you're so welcome. We have enjoyed having you here today. It's the end of your day here, so you've had a very exciting day since this morning of kind of seeing an inside view of Rogers, and I want to get into that a little bit on what it was like today. Tell us about your experience at Rogers.
Well, first coming in, everyone was just extremely nice, and the facility is first class. I think the community is very lucky to have someone such as yourself and your husband coming in and revitalizing existing buildings, and then just servicing the community so well.
Yeah.
The professionalism that I saw throughout the day.
Oh.
And communication, a lot of communication.
Yes.
And everyone seems really happy and excited to be here.
We are. We're an excited group around here. And you happened to be here during Spirit Week. Mm-hmm. So you came in and saw, it was Throwback Thursday today. So you got to see everyone dressed up in their throwback wear.
And if I had known, I'd worn something from the 80s, I guess. Maybe the 70s. I don't know. I'm a 70s child. So.
Yes, we should have told you in advance. But yeah, we definitely have a good time around here. And I'm excited for you to be here because you are a civics teacher for 7th grade.
Correct, yes, ma'am.
At the Halifax County Middle School. And, it's important for these students that are coming up through the school system to see kind of what the businesses are doing around town and what the opportunities are here in this area.
It's extremely important that we're able to go back and let the students know what's available in the community, and hey guys and girls, you don't have to leave. You can stay here. You can do hands-on work, because I have a lot of students come to me and say, hey, Mr. Seate, I want to do this or that, and maybe it's a good fit, maybe it's not. And I can say, hey, I've got maybe something else we can show you, some hands-on things.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have been to multiple businesses throughout your experience in the Excite program.
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to kind of highlight the program as a whole, because it's the Institute for Advanced Learning that is hosting this program. And you just told me that they picked 30 educators.
Correct.
Throughout the various counties in the area. And they're going to a bunch of different places. And how has that experience been for you as a whole? Because how many places have you gone to?
Today will be the 4th day, actually.
Okay.
But as a whole, it's been great because we've seen such a wide spectrum.
Yes.
And I think everyone has been more, I guess a good way to put it, it's been a little more surprising than I thought.
Yeah.
You get in your mind, you think you know what a lumber mill is, or you know what a plumbing HVAC business is, or what have you, and then you go, wait a minute, it's technology's changed. It's not the same old wrapper we used to have. It's a different ball game.
Tell me about that a little bit. Tell us about kind of your background. I know you grew up in the area, and kind of tell us about that and what led you to teaching.
What led me to teaching, and honestly, with the textile industry going away, I saw my father basically lose his job of 38 years. And there were some choices years ago. What do you do?
Right.
And you had maybe healthcare, education, and of course the trades were here. But as I was telling the gentleman I rode with this morning on the service calls, basically it was hard to get a job at one point. The doors were kind of closed. And we're just in a different kind of segment now. After COVID, the baby boomers are retiring. So there's a whole new set of alternatives, I think, for the young people in our school system. But that's what led me to education. Is I said, I just didn't trust the factories anymore.
Right.
I just didn't. And I said, well, for Brian, I have to do something to take care of me, to make sure I'm going to continue to have a job.
Yeah.
And a little earlier, I had grown up in the body shop business.
Yeah.
And didn't really want to pursue that because I like old cars. So
Yeah.
after work, I was coming home. Oh, I don't want to see an old car.
Right.
Or a car in general.
Yeah.
But and I do enjoy the students. It's a good fit for family time, and I hear work-life balance a lot.
Sure.
So teaching school gives you that work-life balance.
Sure.
But I do feel extremely lucky and fortunate that I've done other things.
Yeah.
I have worked in the factories. I have worked the night shift and second shift and weekends and that sort of thing, and crawled under houses and painted houses.
Right.
And a little bit of everything. So I feel like I can convey to the students, or hey, here's what's here, or maybe if they tell me what they've been doing during the summer, I understand. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Absolutely. And it's that hard work and putting in that time and that effort, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the traditional route. It can be, there are so many opportunities all around us.
And it doesn't have to be exactly maybe what you're going to do for the rest of your life. So many things spill over into other things. Everything is kind of, one job I had right out of high school, my first job, I was in inventory and drove a forklift. And you wouldn't believe the number of times that I've looked back and said, oh, wow, that taught me so much about whatever we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
That's awesome. And, 7th grade, we hear middle school is tough for kids of that age group. And, I appreciate everything you educators are doing for the students. And we have a lot of parents that listen to this podcast. So what advice would you give parents that have middle school aged students right now and are, helping them get through the school years?
With regard to work, I guess is what maybe career paths.
Yeah.
I would say get out and ride around.
Oh, okay.
Go around to our area, South Boston, Danville, Roxborough, Henderson, Oxford, Clarksville, and show them, hey, this is what they do.
Yeah.
And maybe this is what you could potentially make.
Yeah.
And all of this spills over into the other. It truly does.
Yeah.
From fabrication, welding to any type of the service work, electrical, being able to read gauges, understanding about calibration. So, and I find myself doing that with my daughter now.
Awesome.
At 6 years old, we'll ride around and say, dear, they do modular homes.
I love that.
Well, what does that mean? And of course, these kids now watch YouTube videos,
Yes.
YouTube Kids, and the things they come up with will really surprise you. That they know, like, wait a minute, we didn't know that till we were like 12 or 15.
It's so true.
So.
Yeah, it's important to get them out in the community and show them what there is to offer. I completely agree with you and really appreciate, you just getting out here. I mean, it takes, you have your summer, right? And you've chosen to spend weeks of it, shadowing other businesses and really finding out what we're doing in the community and what there is to offer. And that just shows what kind of educator you are, because you care about the students and making sure that you're showing them all the opportunities that they have and providing them the best resources. So thank you for that.
I truly appreciate it, and hope to do it for many more years.
Yes, and we look forward to continuing the relationship with you and opening our doors anytime you want to come and see what Rogers is doing. And you got out of the truck with Josh, and Josh said, I think we got our next service tech right here, because you did such a good job out there in the field. So we really appreciate that. And you did a great job today as a Rogers team member.
Well, I really appreciate it. I
Yes.
was, made to feel welcome, and actually saw quite a few of my students today.
Yes.
So that has been very nice.
That is
It's
awesome.
been very nice.
And then you go to the customer's house, the first customer's house, and you knew them. So you just know everyone.
I had talked to their grandson. Yep,
Yeah.
sure had. Small world.
It is. And we just thank you for everything. We thank the Institute for Advanced Learning for putting on the Excite program and allowing educators to come in the doors. We appreciate every business in the area that has opened their doors and thank them. And we thank Halifax County Public School System for allowing their educators to come here and all of the other school systems out there doing it. So thank you all. And thank you, Mr. Seate, for being with Rogers today. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, everyone, for listening to the Rogers Radio Podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all of the feedback. We appreciate it. And I can't wait to talk to you next week.